I need you to see a close-up of my hands. No charts. If you want charts, drop it in the comments. We're gonna do a 3-chord progression. We're gonna do 3 variations of the chord. We're gonna stay consistent, and you're gonna see how your playing is gonna just go to the next level. So C chord, 1 chord, minor 6, A minor, and we've got the 5 chord G, and then back to C. So if we just played the open chords, beginner 101, C to A minor to G, back to C. Okay. Again, bottom line, every video I make forever, it should be everyone's golden rule, rhythm is king, rhythm is queen. You don't have rhythm, you gotta roll back and get your rhythm chops tight. Whether with a metronome, I like to do it by myself, but I've been playing 35 years. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do variations of this, and you're gonna love this. This is how you go to the next level right away. C open chord, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a C triad. This is part 2. We're gonna have 3 parts for each chord. So right here, take your ring finger, go up to the 10th fret on the D string, that's C. Drop your middle finger here on the G string, on the 9th fret, that's E. And then here on the 8th fret, with your first finger, that is G. So C, E, G. Now you need to see that is a shape. See that angular shape? And you're gonna hear me say a lot, I refer to what are called string sets. That's a way we organize these in our brain. So on the D, G, B string set, meaning the open strings, you see C, E, G. So here's what you could do. Open chord to triad. Okay, so I said 3 parts. This is like such a great 3-chord exercise. Now let's do what's called an interval. We'll stay on C. We're gonna do C to E. So I'm in the same general area, and you need to start connecting the dots or having light bulb moments. You might probably have some right now. So C to E. So right here, I take my first finger on the 8th fret. There's our root, C, that's home. That's the 1 chord in this chord progression. We're staying diatonic, meaning everything belongs to the key of C major. Now I skip the A and the D string, and I play here on the 9th fret with my ring finger. That's the E. Now, why would we do that? Well, because it's a beautiful, clean, stripped-down version. It's even more stripped down from the triad, which is C, E, G. Now we're just doing C and E, okay? So let's do a little exercise. C, open chord, okay? And then we'll slide up here to the triad, and then we'll go to the interval. Oops, excuse me. That was a different interval. That happens. Now, I will point out one thing. When I go up here and I play this triad shape and my thumb's wrapping over the low E and A string, I'm muting those out, okay? Some people get confused. They see my thumb over the 9th fret and they ask me why I'm playing a C sharp when I'm playing a C triad. I'm not. See that? It's just a way that I mute that. That's a great practice right there. If you could just get this. What did I say at the beginning? Rhythm is king, rhythm is queen. Okay, let's go through the whole 3 thing, and then we'll do the A minor and the G the same exact way. Watch this. C open, C triad, C interval, back to open. All right, now this one, rhythm is really gonna be hard because you're making quite a large movement from down here on the 1st fret, the 3rd fret region, all the way up here. Okay, so to hit the triad, but then the interval's right there. Now these are all over the neck, so I'll link a triad playlist at the end. There's 12 major and 12 minor triad shapes. Okay, let's just keep it rolling. This doesn't have to be long. The concept's exactly the same. So A minor open chord. Now here's the beauty of this. We're gonna go to what's next, the A minor triad. And the beauty is I'm on the same string set. Remember here, I had C major triad. I just go here, and now I'm playing A minor triad. I'm on the same string set. These are my favorite triad shapes out of all of them, between the major and minor. There's 12 each, but these are my 2 favorites, okay? Because I use them the most. Now, see, right here, ring finger, rooting here on the same string, the D string. And then I've got my middle finger here, excuse me. No, see, that would have been major. Teachable moment. We gotta play minor, A minor, so we gotta go on the 5th fret on the G string, there's your C, and then stay on the 5th fret on the B string. And that is your A, C, E. A minor. That's how you make an A minor triad. A, C, E. Okay? And now if we go to the 3rd part, the same thing. We're on the same strings, E and G, for this interval. But instead of a major 3rd interval, we got to flat this note, which would be A, C sharp. We got to have a C, right? So we just do that. You're on the same fret. Low E on the 5th fret, okay? And then you're on the G string on the 5th fret. And I play with my first and middle finger. So pointer and middle finger. So A minor. So you could do this. I'll just do some. I'll tuck the pick one, go. So we'll do this. Open, triad, interval, back to open. So if you strummed it. Now, some strings are gonna ring out and that's okay. It's how you make music with it. All right, now let's go to G, open chord. No, you guys know what's coming next. Same triad, look. Same shape is up here in the C major shape. Now we're doing G major, G, B, D. That's why I say if you recognize the shape and you know what string set, I know here's my root, G, B, D. In the playlist I link at the end, I give you chord charts and I show you where the root is. You can move it to any key, okay? And then, look, same thing. I can just do that. I can keep my middle finger down and get that interval. How cool is that? C, G major triad, G major third interval, G to B. But just you could do an exercise like this. Okay, so G open, G triad, G interval, G open. I kind of shake, that's okay. G open, G triad, G interval, G. Okay, now let's just wrap this up. We're on about minute 6 here. Here's what I want you to do. Now you're gonna mix and match. This is how you hear people are like, what are they playing there? They're mixing and matching intervals, triads, and chords. There's more past this, but we gotta build that foundation. So let's do C. We're always gonna do C, A minor, G, but we're gonna do C, and now when we A minor, let's go to the interval, and then how about this? Then we go to G, we'll go to this triad. So watch this. So C open to A minor interval to G triad, back to C. Yeah, be careful when you get that thumb over. That takes a little bit of practice, and honestly, I even shanked that. But as long as you stay in time and keep it musical, most people won't know. Now what could we do? Let's do C interval. Let's just do this. Let's do C, A minor, and then let's do G. Let's just do the intervals all the way down. So watch this. Think like a songwriter. It's like an intro. C interval, A minor interval, G. I should be more correct. C major third interval, C to E, A minor third interval, A to C, and G to B, G major third interval. Okay, so let's do one more, and then I want you to try this and drop in the comments how it goes. Okay, now let's do, and again, this is how you can get creative. Let's do C triad. And then let's go to A minor, let's go to the open chord, and then let's do the G interval. So what if, let's try this. To the interval, to the triad. Don't be afraid to let up and not play any notes. See, I'm just hitting on the upstroke.